It's time now for the latest from the ENCA managers. Repo Rate, good afternoon. Welcome back. Yeah, you are a bearer of very, very hard news, tough news. Inflation is high. Therefore, tomorrow we should brace ourselves for a high interest rate hike.
That's right, Daniel. It's just the state of the times and the higher cost of living really fueling the aggressive inflation rates that we've seen over the last few months. But that is what we are tracking at this hour, in that the growing cost of food has unexpectedly pushed up inflation. Food prices surged by 12% in October, according to the latest figures by Statistics South Africa. Now, overall inflation rose to 7.6% from 7.5% the month before. The figure surprised economists who largely projected inflation to ease. Now, higher inflation does support the case for the Reserve Bank to hike interest rates tomorrow. The bank has repeatedly warned that it will use interest rates as a tool to curb price rises.
Obviously, this was higher than expected. The market expected 7.4%, and of course, the overall elevated level of inflation still supports higher interest rates for South Africa. Today, broad-based price pressures were evident in the data, and of course that would also talk to the Reserve Bank being concerned that this will become entrenched in the system. In fact, price pressures showed they broadened even further. We continue to expect a 100 basis point hike from the Reserve Bank tomorrow. That is something that was discussed quite seriously at the last MPC meeting. Obviously, we're in the November MPC meeting now, so in September they were looking to decide between a 75 and 100 basis point hike. They decided on a 75 basis point hike then, but obviously with the interest rate differentials narrowing between the United States and South Africa, a 100 basis point hike tomorrow would even out that narrowing, so that could also show some support for the domestic currency.
On to some company updates now. And Telkom says high inflation and interest rates, as well as growing unemployment, has had a significant impact on its earnings. Its profits have halved in the 6 months to the end of September. Its fixed line business continues to take a knock as customers migrate to new technologies such as fibre and LTE. But it does say that higher mobile handset, IT, hardware and software sales partly offset the impact. Telkom says higher costs related to power cuts have also ate into the bottom line. Pepkor, which is the owner of Ackermans and Pep Stores, saw its full-year profit jump by more than 20% despite being hit by the recent floods. However, the company has warned that power cuts are harming consumers and the retailer, as it lost 113,000 trading hours in the reporting period. Now, Pepkor has now become the country's largest retailer selling mobile phones. It says that it has more than 5,800 stores selling low-cost clothing. It says it will push its drive into the boom of phones being used for payment and banking services.